Hey everybody, Rich Lovell with the Baseball Barn, Master Instructor with Epstein Hitting System. And I want to discuss something today that has to do with players that you might be working specific areas, and it includes their feet, but they're still playing. And this is something that I come up with a lot. I get a player to come in, they want something to fix their swing, and it just doesn't quite work like that. So what I'll do is I'll find out what their base should be between their feet after they take their stride. So that would be at heel plant. And we get them in that position, and then I start teaching them how to swing with no stride. And this is what we call it. It's a stride or no stride, and this would be a no stride. We always go back to our basics. I always bring in the impact bag, and we go to what we call the contact drill. And someone might ask me, well, if you're doing this with the stride, at least you get some weight shift forward, or you get some momentum into your front foot. How do you do that with no stride? It's pretty simple. One of the things that, again, that we do, bat goes on the shoulder, hands are placed back here by the shoulder, the back shoulder, and this actually lays on the trapezius muscle. And then all I do is I'll tell them, kind of tilt your front shoulder down, flex your knees, and then from there, it's just a move from here, it's a move back into their back leg and forward all at the same time. The only difference between this is I'm not taking that stride. I've got everything set. What does this do for me? It takes thinking about stepping towards the ball out of the equation. And then if he's running, if he's a little late on his swing, he can start this a little sooner, and then he just goes right into his drill there. So it's a pretty simple move. Again, we want our feet to be, or at least between the insteps, the distance of our base would be the length of our inseam. All of our setup is the same, and then we're going to teach them the weight shift, and this usually is better for smaller players. It works for big players as well. But we want them to kind of gather their weight into their back leg, all in the same motion, and then fire back into the front foot. So it's just something like that, and then I just kind of hold my balance as I almost fell off there. But we just have them do it over and over until they get used to it. It may be awkward at first, but anything that is new, that might be hard or difficult, is going to be a little bit awkward. So we just want them to keep working on it. I even get them to do a little dance move sometimes where they just kind of, right back here. And they're just kind of pushing right back into that front leg. And they do that 3 or 4 times, and they swing and extend. We always want to work on that extension. So if you do have a player that's having a problem with getting their front foot down, if you want to call it that, and they're late to the ball, go to a no stride until you can get them alone and work with them for some time to get enough repetitions in to work on their stride. One thing I'd never recommend is when you're trying to change a stride is to step, stop, and then swing. Now you're just interfering with their momentum. You're interfering with their timing. You're interfering with their natural movement. And we don't want to do that. This whole step, stop, and then swing, it just doesn't work, especially as you get to more advanced pitching. Hopefully that helps you out. Check out our YouTube channel, subscribe to us there. If you have any other questions about our videos, send me a quick email or send me a message through YouTube, and I'll address any of your questions.